Well, good morning. It's about 10:30 or quarter 11, and I'm just east of Riverton, Wyoming, here at Poison Reservoir. I wanted to give a road report. I did not ride section 3 or 4 of the Backcountry Discovery Trail. I just decided to skip it and head on up here to Riverton. I need to pick up some chain wax for my motorbike. So I stayed there at the old Wyoming Inn last night, had a nice dinner and nice breakfast. What can I say? But I'm headed for Shoshone and we ride section 6 up to Ten Sleep this evening. I'm looking forward to seeing what that brewery is like, and I think there's going to be a lot of nice sights on section 6. It's going to be fun to video and photograph. I mean, I don't know what you guys would want to see on video crossing the high plains desert in Wyoming. It's all just sagebrush and dirt. So I decided just to skip it, and mainly too, I'm just too slow to make the whole ride in a week to make the Backcountry Discovery Trail. I don't go as fast as those KTM guys do. I just putt along. But well, here we are riding on section 6 with the WR 250R. The disappointing factor of this ride is I lost my audio with the helmet cam. And I thought with the new cabling that I bought more expensive cabling where I would not have this issue, because I have come across audio loss before, but I thought what I had would cure it, but it's not the case. When you're using these GoPros, like I've got the Hero 7, the cable connections I just don't think are very good. And then what I've found out now is I have to take electric tape and tape everything down to the max. And incidentally, what we're looking at here is a poisonous gas station. The sign says danger, poisonous gas, with the skull and the crossbones right there. That's what that is. So anyhow, without the motorcycle sounds and stuff like that, it just doesn't make this section very interesting, but it is a great ride. This is the ride I really wanted to do from Shoshone up to Ten Sleep and go for that. So anyways, there's a lot of gravel road, and you know, just about to Ten Sleep it's all pretty nice gravel, and eventually you're going to run into some red dirt that can be somewhat sandy. So riders that are riding the bigger bikes and don't dig the sand, I would probably recommend a detour on that particular road. So other than that, I guess we can just ride along here and enjoy. But my final points on the GoPro, once again, you got to take the electric tape, tape down your cables, and also you've got to check your audio every day, make sure the darn thing's working. Another thing I have come across with the GoPro Heroes, and I was just watching a guy the other day on the Adventure Motorcycle channel, Sterling Noreen, and he's a professional videographer, and a GoPro let him down the other day, right? He's created a video, and what happens sometimes is they'll short out with your batteries. Even though you might have a good battery in your camera, sometimes any jolt or bump will short out the battery, and then what you got to do, you got to pull over on the bike and take the camera off the helmet, pull the battery from the camera, and then reinstall it, and that will enable the power within the GoPro again. But on some of these rides, I would say I have lost some really good videos due to battery shorts in the GoPro itself. So just to wrap up here, I am not at all recommending GoPro Heroes for any video. I mean, they've got a name out there, but I think there's some other cameras that people need to look at as far as doing this motorcycle vlogging and stuff like that, because the GoPros just aren't that reliable. Well, not quite sure what they call this canyon, so we're gonna have to talk to the guy back at home with the computer and the maps, because I don't have my maps out and they're just really buried. It's a popular name, I just don't know what the hell it's called. But look at that little cave up there. And I'm just taking a break. I had a bloody nose when I got off the bike. My nose is just so dry from riding. One scratch with the nose, that's it. So I got to deal with that. But I always like to see these little creeks. I was here in the shade a little bit. And when you're out on these little solo rides like this, of course you got to watch for the rattlesnakes. And I've got my high-top motorcycle boots, which I think are good enough for rattlesnakes, I think. They sure feel like rattlesnake boots, I'll tell you. But here we can come down. There's a little shade tree here. Watch where the hell you're going. You don't want to step on the prairie rattlers, that's for sure. Here's your water. I just love coming down these little creeks like this. I just admire them. I wouldn't call myself a real nature person, but I just thank God I can come down here and witness this stuff. And you know, up in Wyoming, I have to tell you, water's really clear up here. I live, you know, in Hayden, where we got a lot of little creeks too, kind of dried up creeks, but they're not clear like this. They're just not. They're muddy. And I can look at this, and you know, if I was camped out here, I just sit down here for an hour and admire this. But I don't see any of the fish. But I just let this run a minute and listen to the water. Okay, I just got back on the WR and we're just on our way through Norwood River Canyon. I went ahead and checked my Butler map and dug it out to figure out where in the world I was. And this is probably one of the most interesting points of the ride in Section 6 of the Wyoming BDR. So I really enjoyed traveling on the creek here. I wouldn't really call it a river, it looked more like a creek to me. But anyways, riding along here, I didn't get it videoed, but I ran into a big old flock of turkeys, a whole bunch of young chicks with the adults there along the river here. And that was fun to see that. So as far as the whole ride itself, the nice thing about Section 6 is it's going to give you hours of backcountry riding out here on the gravel roads, and it's a really relaxing ride, and it gives you time to think and review things going on in your life and stuff like that. So I wish I had the audio with the bike, but it's definitely worth the ride, and you know, I think it's just the right kind of section to ride. And what you'll notice, there's really no traffic on this road, and it's way back in the backcountry. I don't even think there's any cell service or anything like that out here. Well, here we are at the Ten Sleep Brewery. It's the mission to get here, see what it's like. A few adventure rider motorcycles are here, so that's it. A water hole, I guess. Guess I'm the only Yamaha. The rest of the guys are riding bigger bikes. Wow. I don't know, I can't ride in big things. That's it. Ten Sleep. I'll give you more video here in just a bit. Okay, after leaving the Ten Sleep Brewery, I decided to head on down to downtown Ten Sleep, see what I could find to eat. So I just kind of drove around town here a bit. Speaking of the Ten Sleep Brewery, my cameraman, which is me, didn't bother to video anything inside the brewery, but I did have a couple nice cold beers because I was pretty hot from that ride on Section 6. They're pretty warm with the jacket and stuff that I was wearing, so I went ahead and enjoyed those beers, a couple of those. And it's a nice place. I mean, you could definitely drink a few beers there. And the nice thing about the brewery is you can camp right there on site. You just got to register, which that was kind of a headache because I had to go through a little phone app to register right at the local campground that Ten Sleep owns, so that was a headache. But anyways, looking downtown, up eating at the restaurant called the Sleepy Coyote, and that was a very good place to eat. I think I had chicken wings and maybe some French fries. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the menu, but I was just dead set on the chicken wings. So, but when I walked in, there's pretty crowded and busy. So I was telling you, it's a pretty popular place to eat. It was really packed. But and I think I'm just getting ready to pull over here, and I'm going to go walk up the sidewalk a bit and go grab some food. So, anyways, I got a couple shots of what the campground looks like here a little later on, and that's about it for the bid. So anyways, we'll catch you on the next episode of the Wyoming BDR ride. We still got a lot of miles to do to get back home. We're quite a ways away from home right now. But anyways, there's your campground. That's just the next morning before I was ready to leave.
Thanks for watching Jim Payne ADV. Jim looks forward to creating another episode in the beautiful state of Wyoming.